the Enterprising Conversation channel. I'm your channel host, Rendani. This is the Iron Sharpens Iron segment of the Enterprising Conversation channel. Today, I'm looking at a very interesting subject. This is about the lifestyle and spending pattern of a well-known figure, Warren Buffett. And I'm contrasting his spending habits against the spending habits of Bill Gates of Microsoft. When we talk about all of these guys, gentlemen, are billionaires, as we know. When we talk about billionaires, we often imagine palatial homes, fleets of cars, lifestyles that ripple through local economies with each purchase that they make, with each transaction, extravagant purchase they make. Yet Warren Buffett, as we all know, the Oracle of Omaha, has spent decades defying the script. As we all know, he still lives in the same house that he bought way back in 1958. For how much? For $31,500. Still eats his breakfast at McDonald's, drinks Coca-Cola daily. His frugality is legendary, man. But here is the question that I want to pose. Does Buffett's restraint carry an opportunity cost? Think about it. Bill Gates, in contrast, built his mansion for $127 million. Employed architects, engineers, and artisans in the process. And of course, a mansion comes with a lot of responsibility in terms of maintenance. There has to be people to look after the house. It means that Bill Gates, from his own personal lifestyle, I'm not talking about investment. He, by virtue of his lifestyle, he has to employ people. You look at Jeff Bezos of Amazon, snapped up a Beverly Hills estate worth $165 million. It's a purchase that rippled through construction, maintenance, and service industries. Even Elon Musk, eccentric as he is, he made headlines by selling most of his mansions and opted for a $50,000 prefab house. Still tied to innovation. It's part of innovative housing solution. Buffett, by contrast, chose stability over spectacle. That's admirable. Yes. But unlike Gates or Bezos, his spending doesn't directly stimulate local economies in the same way. That's the opportunity cost of frugality. Fewer jobs created, less local economic impact, and less immediate impact in the now, directly. Just imagine for a moment, I'm not advocating for the same maybe extravagant spending as Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates. I'm just supposing that had Buffett spent a little bit more, say opted for a maybe between 10 and $50 million mansion. By billionaire standards, I think is still modest. He would have had to employ gardeners, maybe a chef, butler here and there, maybe up to 30 people all in all. Supposing he even opted to buy maybe a boat, a decent boat, and 2 more cars that are modern, he would have had to buy maybe 2 more or 4 drivers working in shifts. Now, defenders of Warren Buffett will say his billions are not idling. They are invested in companies, markets, and pledged to philanthropy. He has promised to give 99% of his fortune, mind you, that is through the Gates Foundation. And indeed, those investments often benefit humanity, funding innovation, creating products, and sustaining businesses. But here is the nuance: investing for profit is not the same. It doesn't count for charity. That's still for profit investment. It may benefit humankind indirectly, but philanthropy is about giving without expectation of return. So if Buffett defers his giving, which he has done, waiting for tomorrow, the opportunity cost has grown even more. And tomorrow, as we all know, is not promised to anyone. What if it never comes? This is where the idea of balance becomes critical. Bill Gates, for example, spends extravagantly. His mansion is undeniably excessive. But that does not inhibit the man from his philanthropy work. He gives billions to vaccines, education, and climate initiatives, while still enjoying the fruits of his wealth. He is charitable in the now, while also building a legacy for the future. That balance allows him to make a difference today without deferring impact to an uncertain tomorrow. Of course, Buffett will not solve all the problems of the world by spending a little bit more. But to those 30 additional people that you could employ, I mean, life cannot just be measured in rands and cents. People are just not statistics. We are talking about people who have got families to support, and we are talking about people who need to maintain good health, because health of people is tied to their income, whether they've got gainful employment or not. And the other thing with income poverty and having a job, they've got intergenerational impact. A family that has had a child who has had parents who were unemployed inherits poverty and ill health. So that's the kind of difference that a slight adjustment in Warren Buffett's life could make in the life of others. And I'm not taking away agency from Warren Buffett and is making such a powerful example, powerful statement that happiness is to come from within, not from without. However, I'm just indicating that for Buffett, who has who is a, who has pledged to support charitable programs in future, he could be making that difference now. His discipline, I must say, is admirable. But taken to the extreme, his frugality risks becoming a missed opportunity. The lesson here is not to condemn Buffett or glorify Gates, but to recognize that wealth carries two responsibilities: to invest for tomorrow and to spend wisely for today, and to make a difference in the here and now, because yesterday is history, today is opportunity to act, to do that which you believe in, and tomorrow is a mystery. Let me know what you think. I don't claim to possess all the wisdom. You can show me a more excellent way. However, this is my take. I think a balance. Life is most fulfilling when it is lived in a balanced way, not extreme to the left or too extreme to the right. That middle sweet spot in the middle. Let me hear what you think.